Okay, man. Welcome here. Welcome back. It's that guy, Loser Gets. Um, Post game, Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New York Giants, and it was not a great day today. Um, had some changes going on over the bye week here. So we had Tommy DeVito out there as the QB1 starter this week. Malik Neighbors is back, played this week, and yeah, that was pretty much that for that. The reason that Tommy DeVito is out there, if you didn't know, is that Daniel Jones is no longer a New York Giant. This comes as a big surprise, at least at this point in the season, of him being released from the team. You might have expected it at the end of the season, no matter how you really felt around his play or expectations of his roster spot on the team. Seeing it take place at this point, this stage in the season, understanding how we came into the season and some of the off-season decisions that were made as far as contract resignings, years previous and whatnot, and the draft choices and things like that. It's just unfortunate to see that the whole thing has just has gone off the rails, man, at this point. And wow, that's all you can really say, because not much, at least as here to some of the fandom here, maybe not too much of a surprise to see the team's not playing that well, just overall. And just that now I guess the more surprising part is seeing that the team is playing with a little less of the vigor that you hope to have seen, just being out there and then trying to do their things and then whatever else, man. But rough stuff going on. Daniel Jones has been released. Um, and that's just wow. Again, that's just wow. I mean, let's get to the game though. Offense and defense weren't good today, weren't great. Both got beat pretty bad. Tampa Bay was out there with Mike Evans coming back off his hamstring injury from the last 3 weeks. Baker's been playing up, as much as he has been through this season, has been playing some pretty good football. Bucky Irving, their rookie running back, has been a pretty good tandem for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and today he pretty much kept that up. And it was just not good for us in the run game and the pass game for the most part, even though the secondary has been not that good today. There was just more of that, a lot of open crossing routes and just not enough out there in the secondary right now. Even with like Tyler Newman and Drew Phillips, who have had some stuff this season for us, but it's kind of been still us seeing that we need a little bit more out there as far as cornerback play, probably at the 1 or 2 spots. Banks was on Mike Evans, but we don't, it's a whole collective thing for the defense and offense. But on the defense, it was, the secondary, even with Banks being he's gone up to get some of these number one primary guys on these teams now, especially this season. We played a lot of the top wide receivers from Jamar Chase now to Mike Evans and a DK Metcalf and others in there. Not to forget names, but others in there that he's been faced up against. So, seeing that the defense needs a bit more is what it is with that sometimes in the secondary. But the linebacking today um, wasn't the best either. We didn't. I don't think we got any sacks today. Maybe 1 or 2. We got maybe a couple sacks. I don't know. No, maybe not either. Because it was 30-0 at such a flash. And at that point, Malik Neighbors hadn't even gotten a pass or caught a pass yet, been targeted yet, or whatever, had stuff drawn up for him. And it's just bad day, man. We scored some points. We didn't get shut out, which is at least something to say, right? It is wow, man. It is wow. It is wow with this team. Tracy had a pretty good day. Uh, I just running the ball at least, but we had another fumble today. Coming off the one for the bye. So as a young dude out there, you know, draft selectors, whatever. But yeah, ball security is still something major that we have to keep for any of the running backs. So, he's got to tighten that up, man. Devin Singletary was out there a little bit too as well. As far as the pass game, Malik Neighbors got some targets and some catches after that the blowout was already on. And you almost thought it was about to be another 40-0 blowout, but thank gracious it wasn't quite that. It was like 37-10 or something like that. Maybe a little bit more. Who knows, right? Uh, the defense was just bad today too, man. That was because it was 30-0. And this those 30 points let you know that not only the offense wasn't there, that the defense wasn't there today either, man. Because we've been keeping guys under our teams under 21-ish, 22-ish points or whatever, start out beginning of the season. But with the offense not quite keeping up its pace and putting up the points that we really needed to win a lot of those games, they've kind of just been whatever now. And I'm sure that Daniel no longer being here has taken some more from the locker rooms overall vibes, of course. Um, his benching was already going to be one thing, but for him to request his own release, because he requested his own release. So for him to request his own release and, no longer be with the team and the team, for whatever reasons, not being able to or willing to work around any of the stuff around his injury guarantees, so that maybe he could remain a starter or, because they dropped him down the depth chart and, I don't know how he would have felt about that personally, of course. I'm not going to try to speak to any of that, but I could imagine that he felt much like, you know, Saquon Barkley felt at one point when he felt disrespected by the front office and whatever else in there, the coaching staff, etc. Whatever they might have felt, and like Hard Knocks and shit like that. Um, then maybe Daniel felt that type of same respect or disrespect, and he decided to leave. But to say that is a little funky, very funky, actually, because his play has never been anything like that. For him to feel so disrespected about being, for the first time ever in his NFL career of 6 seasons or whatever, games played, to really been say, okay, you're benched for somebody that might be playing a little better than you at this time, dang. So I don't, but we respect the play that he has, a good play that has had in his time here, and we don't try to, step on any of his aspirations that he might have to go on further in his career, of course, especially because he no longer plays for the team, right? So he's going to become lesser and less of a subject matter around the team's performances, which is a good thing to see because finally the team is starting to um, take a real evaluation of its talent in itself since it's decided to make other more serious decisions about talents that have been playing relatively better, much better, to say the least, right now. Because if you understand and know those talents that have left most recently, and even the years prior, the previous before this last one, they are playing outstanding caliber career football for themselves and MVP type level football. Defensive players, you know, safety awards, whatever, So, and that's no disrespect to our talents here, like Tracy coming in as a fifth round pick and putting up the good play that he's had over the beginning seasons. I'm sorry, the beginning games and stuff like that. Even though his last 2 weeks had the fumbles, or Dexter Lawrence, who's been playing defensive player of the year type football in the interior, defensive tackle, the best defensive tackle out there, right? And Vita Vea had a monster game against us today, so he's got great competition to go against him. And to speak about when we talk about him, and he's still in that running. He can, get something going these last few games, on the defensive side of the ball at least. But yeah, that's the game, right? That's the game. We got beat, okay, and we got ran through. We got passed on, and got field goal on, and we didn't pass very much on the other team or run that, all that much more on the other team or special teams, all that extra stuff. Or our defense. Defense is not something to talk about to say that it played well enough to win a football game either, because it wasn't. This team is not prepared to win football games right now because they just okay. And now how that spells out for Joe Shane later on. in the season and Brian Daboll, well, I guess we're gonna have to see because the 6 games to go, and in those 6 games that are remaining, just because the DJ is no longer here doesn't mean everybody stops playing football now. They can, they got to play these last games, okay? And we're gonna see as far as the coaching play calls and what's out there, and if the QB is throwing the ball or not, and etc. And then we can go from there, okay? And as far as the team construction and Joe Shane, well, I mean that's we'll decide on that. The team itself, we'll see what that looks like, you know, at the end of the season, man. Okay, because they could fire all both of them right now. John Mara could. Okay, that's not in my control or your control, unless you're John Mara himself watching this. And if you are, hey, Mr. Mara, you've been making some clown ass decisions recently. Okay, can you please get back on track? Thank you very much. We appreciate that around here. Um, but yeah. Yeah, man. That's pretty much it with that, right? Okay. We've seen what this team has been doing. All right. We've seen what's been going on with the talent that's left here, like Xavier McKinney. Okay. Not just talk about Saquon Barkley, who put on another historic, monstrous type game. Okay. And as we're putting on historic worst. And for the last few seasons, man. So there's no reason to feel type of way when you come around here and see as blue as it gets. Because I'm being the coolest, chillest fan I can be right now, and as you know, and accepting and appreciating the good play that we get out of the team when we get it, and and wow, man, wow. I'm sure I'm gonna have to do another one of these just to discuss, more now, because I don't want, I'm not to jump immediately on Daniel Jones being released from the team. I'm like, oh, Daniel's been cut, released. Like, yeah, yeah. It's just a little bit of humor to have in it, a little bit of levity to try to take from it, but it's not automatic like feel good vibes, man. Because, that's not great to see the team go through that, man, and players and talent come here and not, you know, get developed right or supported right, and the team just be bad and lose games all the time, and talents on this team like Dexter Lawrence, man, and playing historic football and defensive player type year football, man, and hoping they get a Super Bowl at some point in their time, and then they just don't have good stats, nice stats to look at and talk about, so that they can actually leave with some rings and shit like that. Tired with some rings and shit like that on the team, play the whole time with their team, and come on, man, that's what we're trying to see. Not just see Saquon Barkley out here reverse hurdling guys or Xavier McKinney intercepting his seventh, eighth interception passes. I don't know how many he got. Julian Love, etc., Leonard Williams, other players that would leave this team, or whatever, man. I think that's it, though. It's been as blue as it gets. Just another cut for the Giants fandom, with the fandom, for the fandom. Thank you for coming by when you do, watching them, however much you do. And like it, hate it, man. We just getting through these games, I guess. Um, yeah, yeah, be good, man. Peace.